All right. Liverpool get another victory, baby. There's not much more you can ask for. And I'll be saying that over and over and over, and I'll keep saying it over and over because this is a perfect start from Arne Slot and his boys and his men and his team. Another win. Not such of a warm homecoming for Xabi Alonso as he probably thought. 4 goals smashed into the back of that net. And damn, I think it's time to start buying into Arne Slot stock. And I will be honest, I was one of those Liverpool supporters who was very sad when we didn't get Xabi Alonso because I thought he was the one. I thought he was the chosen one. But it turns out we got the right one, not the chosen one. And Arne Slot, what a performance by his boys. The adjustment from the first half to the second half, another first half to second half adjustment that just blows me away again. We did it last week, or we did it this past weekend. We did it again. He continues to do it. I don't know what Arne Slot sees tactically. He has like an insane footballing brain that I'm not even 100% sure I've ever seen before. His ability to be able to see an opponent's tactics, another manager's tactics, and in 45 minutes find a solution to the opponent's tactics is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane, dude. I've never seen anything like it before. It's almost like we change into a different squad from the first half to the second half. Unbelievable stuff from Arne Slot. And I love the man. There's not much more I can say about him. I absolutely love this manager. And I don't know. I was saying this on the stream today. I don't know if we're lucky. I don't know if we're blessed. We might be both, but we got the right guy at the right time. And his ability to be able to take the players that he has already and turn them into different players is unbelievable. Some of the stuff he's done with Gakpo, the stuff he's done with Luis Díaz, who's all of a sudden becoming a 20-goal a season winger. The stuff that he's done to revitalize Mo Salah's, career that, me personally, I thought was fading a little bit last season. And Trent, being able to get him to defend at a very high level, it's dream stuff. It's stuff of you thought you would never see as a Liverpool fan. But before we jump into some of the details, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This thing is going all over the place. Don't forget, we do a podcast every Tuesday. We just got done with one for the Champions League final, or not the final, the Champions League game. It felt like a final, but the Champions League game today. We'll be doing that every single Tuesday at 1 o'clock, unless there's a Champions League game. Then we go live right after the game, which was an absolute blast of a time. But anyway, let's jump into some of these details in the match. Slot played 4D chess today. He did against Lucho with Lucho against Leverkusen. He knew Jonathan Tah was a big physical center back who loves playing against target men. I mean, he said this in his interview. He loves playing against target men. So putting Nunez in there, he said, would have killed him. So he played Lucho, who was dropping into midfield and playing as a false 9, playing in that 10 role, which I think he played very well. And we'll talk about Lucho in a little bit, being able to get that hat trick today. And just completely outfoxed Xabi Alonso, which not very many managers can say that they can do in today's game, is to outfox the prodigy, the genius, Xabi Alonso, the man destined for the Real Madrid job, Xabi Alonso, and completely outcoach him from one half to another. In the beginning, and I'll give credit to Leverkusen in that first half, it was very even, dead even. And I think a lot of the movement from Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen, from Jeremy Frimpong bombing in and up and down the wing and taking up center forward positions. Grimaldo doing the same thing, dropping into 10 positions, getting next to Wirtz. Wirtz is pretty much doing whatever the hell he wanted to do, popping up on the left wing, popping up on the right wing. I seen Palacios pop up in a right wing back position and Frimpong stay in the right wing position and just stay there, right? As we counterattacked and, defenders dropping into the, or, coming into the midfield and then midfielders dropping into defense. It was so fluid and confusing, I think, for a lot of the Liverpool players. And it was almost like they weren't playing a formation. It was like wherever you see space, go get it, right? For Xabi Alonso. And it was impressive, really. But our team was able to just kind of battle him out to a stalemate. It almost felt like a friendly in the first half. And then Slot turned it on. He went up 2-3 gears. This team did as a whole, not just Slot. 2-3 gears in that second half. And we blew him away. And for a lot of people that are saying, I don't know, it should have been more. We should have been scored against. Check that XG out for me. It was zero point 0.8 for Leverkusen, guys. Zero point 0.8 for Leverkusen. Do we even remember a memorable shot on target that they had other than the Jeremy Frimpong chance that was a handball? And that's the thing about Slot. He does a really good job of making the other team look better, or at least on the eye test, look like they did better than they actually did, and they really didn't. Gakpo is on a wonder run right now, scoring on at free will. 4 goals for him in the past, I believe, 3 games. Absolutely amazing stuff from Cody Gakpo. Mo Salah is on track to having 50 goals and assists. Guys, if his name was Saladinho or something like that, he'd probably have 3 Ballon d'Ors by now. But I don't know if you're going to be able to deny him if Liverpool or somehow pull off this title, get a deep Champions League run, and maybe win another major, maybe the FA Cup. It's going to be hard for them to deny Mo Salah of at least a shout at that Ballon d'Or next year. The numbers he's putting up is actually kind of broken. I believe he's on 17 goals and assists, if I'm not mistaken, now for the entire year. And we're in November. We're at the beginning of November. He could end this month on 20 at the minimum, right? And then in the next month, he could go and slot in another 5. Unbelievable stuff that's happening at Liverpool. And it's jackpot stuff. Slot has created the machines, and I hate to be corny, but Slot has created the machines, and it's jackpot stuff from him. And remember who we're beating here, right? Who are we beating here? We're beating a Leverkusen side that literally went undefeated in the entirety of last season and only lost in a European Cup final, right? And we know it's Europa League, but it was in a European Cup final. A team that seemed to be unbeatable, invincible, a team that nobody could really kind of figure out tactically, and we just skunked them 4-0. Bring on Madrid. They lost today too. We'll talk about that in a second. But bring on Madrid. We're ready for him. And Curtis Jones, welcome to the big leagues, my boy. This was his coming out party. Ever since he had that baby daddy, maybe I shouldn't call him daddy, but Curtis Jones, the dad, has put on some 5-star performances, and today was one of those. His ball carrying, his touch is Berbatov-esque sometimes. The way that he's able to bring the ball under control and the pass into Luis Díaz, who caressed it into the back of the net, lifting it over the keeper. You could see Arne Slot saying, "No," thinking that it was gonna go over, and it just nestles in there. And then when you score one of those, I think you're destined to have a hat trick after that. Fortunate in some of those positions to complete his hat trick, of course. But Lucho, right place, right time, and is also in a crazy, crazy goal and assist run of form as well. Gakpo, Diaz, Salah, and don't forget Darwin Núñez, who has been putting in shifts in terms of pressing, getting the ball back, all of that. I mean, the front line, you can't ask for anything more from them. Ryan Gravenberch had a great game as well, quietly. Ibu was a beast in the back. He kept Boniface quiet. Even when Trent decided to venture forward, Boniface would take up that left wing position, trying to expose Trent. But Ibu would just follow him, wrestle him, take the ball from him, and get it away. Tsimikas was having a go with Jeremy Frimpong, who is not an easy out for any wide back. And he was able to lock him up. He was able to keep him under wraps. Just in that moment where he handballed, he looked very dangerous. But damn, Jeremy Frimpong is a bad boy. I'll give him credit for that. It just kind of fell apart in that second half. They stopped using a lot of that movement. They stopped using a lot of that fluidity. And I think it came back to bite him in the butt a little bit. Trent. What can you say about Trent Alexander-Arnold, man? He went from being one of the best attacking fullbacks in the league to now one of the best defensive fullbacks in the league. I'd love to see him get a little bit more involved in the attack again, but I know there's trade-offs there. I would rather him be outstanding defensively and be able to open up passes on occasion versus instead of constantly like he did. I believe he helped create or set up the chance of that first goal. So I love it. Trent had a phenomenal game. So what does this mean? What does this mean all in all? Manchester City and Madrid lose again. Both of them, I believe they're both coming off of back-to-back losses. City could drop points against Brighton and Tottenham, and I know you don't want to count on, your rivals dropping points. But we know, of all people, Brighton are not an easy out. We barely escaped those two games and then back-to-back. And Brighton can beat any team on any day. And City are not in good vein. They're not in good form. They're missing some key players. They're missing Rodri. This could be an opportunity where we create some space. Arsenal, I think, is already out of the title race. I say this all the time, and I said this on the stream today. If you lose an equivalent of 3 games and you fail to get a result at Man City or at home to Manchester City, it's hard for you to win a title against these guys. So we'll see what ends up happening. We play Man City on December 1st. We'll see what their run of form goes. We'll see how our run of form goes. But potentially there could be something special happening at Liverpool FC, man. We play Aston Villa at home this weekend. Lastly, Anfield, I need you to continue to show up. Thank you. Thank you, Anfield, for being the best atmosphere in Europe this season or this past week. It's almost like you guys are sucking the ball into the back of the net with how much energy, how much noise that you guys are making on a weekly basis right now. It's absolutely insane. It feels like I'm there when I'm watching over a stream. That's how loud Anfield gets. Bring that same energy this weekend. Let's go Reds. Up the Reds. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Put where you're watching from, of course, as well. If you're new here, we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Boom.